What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about the markets. So, September, always a rough month for crypto, and we're experiencing the standard September retracement. Um, there's not been any evidence of huge moves on exchanges. Um, so, it does appear that this is part FUD, part normal retracement. I'm going to get into what the stories are in a second. As always, I update the spreadsheet of the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would smash it in this bull cycle. Phantom was a Udemy course where I said it'd be the best investment of the year, currently up 240 times in value. If you'd put $100 into each one when I released the videos and you were still holding your bags, you'd be in profit for $43,395. Adding your $2,600 investment, you're sitting on about 45,000, 46,000, $5 off. Held all of these at one point or another, closed positions on damn near all of them in profit. Not Grin. Grin never really hit the heights it should. And I've reinvested that money into new cryptos. If you want to see the cryptos I'm in, check out Copy My Cryptos, where I share my live portfolio. I talk about what's happening in the market. I've built this portfolio to maximize gains in a bull cycle. My portfolio has continuously outperformed the market. My big holders have been crushing it week after week after week. And if you want to maximize your gains, this is the perfect opportunity. Make no mistake about it, a bear cycle will be coming sooner or later. And you want to make sure you've got yourself your gains before the bear cycle hits, because that is money you can invest well, and it will make you many, many times over in preparation for the next bull cycle in a few years. Okay, right, guys. Let's check. So, Bitcoin's at about 6% retracement, which has meant that altcoins are bleeding. So lots of double-digit percentage drops. Except Cosmos. Cosmos, I think, is the only one properly up. So if we actually have a look at what's happening, the outflow on the exchanges hasn't been anything special. Neither has the inflow. So people aren't plowing in a bunch of money and selling off Bitcoin. There's not any big manipulation in that sense, not with Bitcoin nor with Ethereum. Again, inflow is pretty low, little up yesterday from the day before, nothing dramatic. Outflow down a bit, but nothing screaming manipulation, nothing screaming concerning behavior. So generally pretty okay. Even on futures, if we look at the open interest on futures at the moment, obviously it's a bit higher at the moment, but it's steadily been going up for the last few days. Nothing major. Leverage ratio is meant to be about 0.14. So again, not huge. It's been actually a decent drop from the ridiculous leverage that was earlier. So yeah, nothing screaming concerning though at all. It just looks like standard retracements. Now FTX's Bankman-Fried has been talking about the regulation within crypto and the nightmare of the Solana meltdown, which was quite an interesting article, to be fair. And then Bloomberg tried to charge me, so screw them. But yeah, so the big news is obviously Bitcoin slipped below 45. It seems to have recovered slightly, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. It could carry on retracing for a little bit. To be honest, there's real room for Bitcoin to drop down to 40 before a recovery starts. But we'll see. 42,800 has been consistent line of support. So for the last few weeks, well, certainly the last couple of weeks. So now there's obviously speculation knocking about the US government declaring stablecoins a risk to the financial system. That is adding some level of uncertainty. The Fed are meant to be meeting regarding US stock futures, so we'll see how that plays out this week. The There's also concern over China with regards to a couple of things, but um, not least of which is obviously the fact that there's so much Bitcoin within China. We haven't actually seen a dump from China at any point this year, so I do sort of think that that's on the cards, but I don't think that's on the cards till Bitcoin's a lot higher. So Evergrande fell more than 10% in Hong Kong earlier today. Now, Chinese authorities have already told major lenders that the company is likely to miss payments, which doesn't bode very well. Investors are looking to look to be taking risk off the table on fears that a crisis at China's Evergrande Group may become a systemic problem to global markets. Markets will also be looking at the Fed commentary later this week to make sure there are no changes in liquidity from the central bank. Now, we've seen the stock market retrace somewhat, even oil. We're seeing that consistently across the board at the moment. So September, as we know, is a rough month. Now, in terms of crypto at the moment, when we're looking at stable coins, the total market cap of all stable coins has seen about a tenfold rise to $115 billion over the past 12 months. So a regulatory crackdown may bring some short-term pain to crypto markets. That is the concern. There hasn't been anything to suggest that that's coming, though. In terms of American government at the moment, obviously we've got overreach of the SEC coming after lending platforms, and we've got the bill in Congress at the moment and Senate, yeah, that's got some pretty crap amendments in terms of, and pretty crap language in terms of crypto, which doesn't provide clarity, but neither does the SEC. But there's been rumors, of stable coins being targeted, but there's not actually been anything outright stated. So we're sort of waiting to see on that. CoinDesk also share a chart from basically the last 10 years of Bitcoin. So across September 2013, it was down 1.3%, and then there's a sharp rally from October to November. In 2017, it was down 8.8% in September, and then it caused the bull run for the last quarter. So these September dips have often seen a rally very shortly after. So this could well be the preparation or the sort of accumulation / retracement before a real run up on the crypto market. In terms of FUD news, there is still a bit knocking about, but none of it's like as dramatic as we've seen earlier in this past year. So I don't see necessarily anything that suggests that we're going to have a huge crippling price capitulation on any of the cryptos. I think it's, like I said, with if we look at the inflow into exchanges, it's not dramatically high. Doesn't seem to be any manipulation beyond media perspectives. So yeah, we'll see. And then there was an interesting little article about on markets.business.insider about the Ethereum co-founders that are all sort of again battling each other now. So you've got, I think it's sort of nonsense, but it's a funny read. But Vitalik Buterin, obviously Ethereum co-founder, Charles Hoskinson, Ethereum co-founder, and now Cardano, Gavin Wood, Ethereum co-founder, now Polkadot, and Kusama, Joe Lubin, who went on to found Consensus. And it's an interesting little discussion between all of these guys, but interesting little discussion about the article. But they're not working against each other and they're not really competing for dominance. I don't agree with that. Interoperability blockchain is the thing. There's not going to be one dominant blockchain in the future. There'll be an internet of blockchains that all interact. But it's an interesting story. It might be worth a read if you're intrigued about knowing the background of the co-founders and stuff. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Like I said, we're in September, guys. September's always had rough months in bull cycles. There's no signal that anything's happening. It's just at the moment dealing with some retracements. But that's it. Anyway, if you're new to crypto, check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share my portfolio. It's where I have built a portfolio to maximize gains in a bull cycle. My biggest holders have been absolutely crushing it. If you want to actually make these gains and prepare and build some wealth before the bear cycle hits, this is your opportunity. You've got a few months before we're probably facing a bear market, so there's a chance to really build some wealth, and then you've got more money for the next bear cycle, and that is the one you want to be investing in throughout, because my God, the next bull cycle will be brilliant. So if you want to be a part of that, make those gains, click the link in the description. That's it from me. Take care.